Hello, it's only me again. Thought I'd film another week of me just doing arty things because you guys seem to like them videos. I didn't make a video last week, so I thought I'd fill you in with all the little bits and bobs I got up to that week. It's currently Tuesday. I spent most of today cooking, did a bit of batch cooking. I made a ratatouille and now I'm finally getting down to doing some tasks. I've got a big to-do list over there that I made yesterday. Looks quite daunting, but just gotta slowly hack away at it day by day. So I thought I'd just fill you in on what I did last week, because I did quite a lot last week. If you watched my last video, you'll be aware that I have to do daily practice now, where you just draw something every day in this sketchbook. This is my daily practice sketchbook, and you probably recognise all these because I showed them in last video, and this is where I finished in last video. This was the last thing you saw me doing, and since then I have done a bunch of scribbling about, making weird patterns. I did a bit of figure studying. Oh, sorry, this wire's a bit in the way. Bog off wire. I thought I should probably practice drawing people again because it's been a very long time since I've drawn people. And of course, straight back to the fruit because I cannot resist. Messing about with some greens, some flowers and some lily pads. I really like this. And I did this yesterday, just practicing life drawing again. I've got a few clips of me drawing this, so I'll pop them in now. I just found a video on YouTube which had like pictures of various different poses, and they had a time limit, but I didn't really use the time limit. I just paused the video in each picture. I wanted to spend my time on each one of them, but yeah, that's what I did last night. I started a new sketchbook. It's a little bit bigger than this. This one here is A4. Yeah, so this is a new sketchbook, and this is all for a project we're doing at university. I do illustration at university, just started. I'm currently on my 3rd week, so yeah, it's all very new. The project's called Draw 100. I had a lesson where there was this picture of a man playing a trumpet in a mirror, and I just had to draw that again and again 10 different times, but each time I had to draw it a different way. These are all just sketches I did revolving around that picture of the man playing the trumpet. Messing around with shapes, trying to simplify it a bunch, different media. I really like these too. And then we had to mess about with all the drawings we did, so we had to make mini versions of all our drawings, and just things like draw with your eyes closed, draw upside down. I had to draw my favourite one of the day on this little sticky note, and then stick that to a page and just draw out and fill the page with drawings inspired by this sticky note. Yeah, had a lot of fun with that. This was, they're called takeaway tasks. It's basically like homework. There's this picture I took of a tree, and I saw these trees. Can you see? And I just thought they were really cool, how they were like being blown by the wind, so we're growing really diagonally. And I thought they would be perfect to use for this little task. So we had to fill 6 pages with drawings all inspired by that picture, but each drawing had to get like further and further away from the original picture. So like by the end of it, it looked nothing like the original picture. This inspired this, which inspired this, which inspired these. And then I felt like I'd done all I could with that idea, and then did a bit of collage, and then this turned into this, which turned into this really simplified version of it. And then I was bored with the collage and did a bit of watercolour, so it's a very abstract sort of painting of a tree. So yeah, that's everything I did last week. So I spent all of yesterday in uni, and I'll show you a little bit of stuff we did yesterday. I didn't film anything whilst I was in there because I forgot to. Yeah, so here's all the work I did yesterday, so you're up to date with everything. Okay, so carrying on from all this stuff, this is what we did whilst I was at uni. We were doing still life. I'll pop a picture up. So yeah, here's a picture of that. Drawings produced yesterday. I think there's one which one which I kind of like, one which I do like and I'm quite proud of. But yeah, the rest of them are a bit So yeah, we had to draw our still life, but we're only allowed to use marks, which were 1 centimetre long. I did that for most of it, but sometimes I just like, stuff the rules, I want to draw with long lines. This is when it goes downhill, prepare yourself. We had to tape two drawing things together, so I taped together a pen and a pencil and then draw with that. It was extremely difficult. This is, do not like it. I did another one where I tied two together and actually quite like this. This was a little highlighter, pink pastel highlighter, and just a normal pencil tied together, and I actually quite like the way this turned out. I think it's quite interesting. So I like this apple. Help, help, I can't turn the page. Some more little drawing exercises. So this was, we had to draw imagining we were holding two pens like a knife and fork, which was difficult. And then this was hold your pen like a dagger, so hold it kind of like that and draw like that, which again was difficult. I tied a crayon to the end of this paintbrush and I had to draw with it, but like holding it from the end. Difficult. There's a bit of a reoccurring theme here. I did this one, which I really like. This was combining a bunch of the different techniques together. And I like the combination of the pinks with the pencils. I like my little monkey on the end of my spoon. It's my Cocoa Pop spoon. I quite like this one. So at least something good came out of yesterday. And then we spent the rest of the day doing some live drawing, but obviously because of the situation we just had to do it, but watching a video on YouTube, the same videos I was using before. So I did these ones following the time limits on the videos. Well, most of these were drawn in like 1 or 2 minutes, hence the scribbliness. But yeah, I quite like how loose they are and they've got a lot of movement. Some of them turned out better than others. I quite like that one. Oh, this is an absolute mess. This is the worst one I did. Everything just went wrong and then I just gave up. Don't even look at it. I get some really quick ones, and then this one, and we got 10 minutes for this one, and I quite like it. This one was successful. I quite like that one. And that one's interesting as well. What I need to do now is organise all these, stick them into my book all nice and neat, and once I've done that I'll have a little chat. I'll get you up to date with everything that's gone on. See you in a second. Hello, some time has passed. It's now the evening, 8 o'clock, and I've just been working on getting this book looking kind of nice as I can make it look. I mean, I don't have to do this, I just do this for fun. Just really like things to look cute. So I just added a bit of paint to this page because it was looking really bland. I drew a random apple to fill up the space. My plan was to have a different colour on each page, but I mixed way too much pink paint and I didn't want to see it go to waste, so I ended up just putting a bit of pink on every page. So I just filled in some gaps here to try and make this page look nicer, but you know, it's a tough task when you've got this mess. Kind of added a little pink border around these 2 pages, and then also stuck in, that's the right grammar to use, stuck in these 2 drawings here, just with a bit of washi tape. And then I stuck this other one to the back side. And then I made a little fold out flap, so I've got all these on a page together, and then made a little title. Oh, okay, I've just put that in the wet paint there. That's not good. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I also spent way too long trying to take nice bright pictures of all this, as well as I needed to take a few pictures for things that I wanted to post on my Instagram as well, which requires me getting this massive lamp onto my bed near the window. Oh, don't mind my my teddy there, he's just having a little nap. I have to do it all next to the window because I want good lighting, but then it was really cloudy outside, so I needed to bring this light over, and then I was just getting really stressed because the light was like not balanced properly because it was on the wobbly bed, so I was trying to hold the light and then also trying to angle my drawings and then take a picture of them all, and it was just getting too stressed and I was getting really sweaty. But yeah, that's done and out of the way, so I think for the rest of the evening now I'm just going to, if I look at my to-do list, and now I just need to edit the photos and get them organised reorganise everything on these Google Slides, and it's how the teachers see our work. And I also need to do something for my daily practice book if I have the time, but if I don't, I won't really pressure myself that much about it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening, and next time you see me it will be Wednesday. Hello, it's voiceover Emily. I didn't speak whilst I was painting this, so I'll chat to you now. I'll fill you in what this is. On Monday we got given what's called a takeaway task, which is basically just a fancy way of saying homework. We had to make 3 drawings of either a still life or a life drawing. I do like a mixture of both. I ended up doing 2 still lifes and 1 life drawing. Figure drawing, life drawing, whatever you call it. So this is one of them. I just decided to paint these flowers. I've had this picture on my phone of these flowers. I found it on Pinterest quite a while ago and I've been really wanting to paint it for a while, so this was the perfect opportunity to paint it. I ended up, well, when I first started this painting I thought I would just do a little base layer in watercolour, then do the majority of it in coloured pencil, but that didn't happen. I got carried away with the watercolour and basically did the whole thing in watercolour, then I just had a bit of coloured pencil on top like I always do. I struggled a lot with the background for this painting because, well, I ended up changing it quite a lot from the original picture. I changed one of the apples so it was cut in half and took away the plate, and also changed the background completely. But the first background I do, which you'll see me do in a couple of seconds, I really didn't like, but it was late so I was like, I'll just go to bed. I did this diagonal line thing, but later on in the video I will go back and fix that, so you'll have to wait and see what I do for that. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to have to pause the video for a second. This is a future Emily to the one who was just speaking. Oh, it's getting confusing this, just because I forgot to mention that my camera ran out of battery and I left my camera charger at home. So for the rest of this video, all the clips are recorded on my phone, so the quality's slightly lowered, but hopefully it doesn't bother you. Just thought I would mention it in case you was wondering what was going on and why it was a bit grainier. But that's it. You may resume. I've been putting a bit of pressure on myself lately to make pieces which could be potential prints. If you don't know, I have an Etsy shop where I sell prints of my work. I think they're quite cute. Link is in the description if you want to have a nosy. But I've been wanting to do a bit of a shop update and maybe just a restock as well, because Christmas is on the horizon, so I thought it'd be nice to get it done ready for that. So every piece I do now I'm kind of thinking, oh, could it be a potential print? And I've got so many things now which I think could be potential prints, but then it's just like figuring out which ones are going to be the ones which I make into prints. I think I might end up doing a big like poll on Instagram, on my Instagram story, when the time comes to buying them all, just to figure out what people are actually interested in, because I know that some of the things that I make, which I really like, might not be, you know, everyone's taste. So yeah, I need to make sure before I buy them all that people would actually be interested, because it's a bit tricky sometimes deciding what people would want to buy out of all the big pile of artwork that I've made. But yeah, here's the finished piece. Well, not really finished because I'll change it later on, but you get the general gist. I ended up just changing the background later on, but yeah. Hey, hello, it's currently Wednesday. It is, what is the time? It is 1:30. I spent most of this morning just editing pictures on my Instagram. Uploaded all of them today. Chunky day for Instagram posts. Figured I would show you what I did last night, getting my slides up to date. I'll just pop a screen recording up off the screen right now because it'll just look a bit nicer. So here's a screen recording. So these are all the things that I did last week, just adding in my trumpet man. And here's a tree thing that I did. I had to edit all these pictures on Photoshop first. Well, I didn't have to, but I like to because I want my sides to look pretty. I'm moving on to the still life / blah de blah drawing. And there's my still life, picture of that. And yeah, just pop them all onto a side as well. And I also just put my favourite still life drawings that I did from the session into just one sort of piece. So they're easy to see, and that's what I did last night. It took me quite a while to be honest because I've got to edit all the pictures, which really does start to drag because there's a lot of pictures to edit, and some of them are just like, some of them are really easy and it's just like up the contrast, up the brightness, done, and other ones are just, they cause me bother and it takes a while to edit. Okay, so this looks a little odd without context. I've got my my little penguin and my washi tape set up here. I've used my book to create a bit of, I don't know, I thought it'd be quite a nice place to take a picture because it's just nice and white. And then this is just here to hold the book up for my next still life because I've got to do 3 still lifes. Ooh, check that out. Hello. I would use a picture that I took myself for one of them. So I had a little peruse around my room and the only things I could find which I really was interested in painting, it was my little penguin and my tape. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do a nice little simple still life for this one. And what I'm going to do now is just take some pictures and then sketch it all out and get painting. Okay, voiceover's back. I ended up doing this piece digitally because, well, I started painting it, but it just really wasn't going how I wanted it to go, and I got really down in the dumps because nothing was really looking like I wanted it to look. And then I thought, hold on, all done, why don't I just do it digitally? Because in my head when I was painting it, I did film it, but it was just blah, blah. Got rid, you don't even need to see. It looked horrible, you're not missing out on much. But when I was painting it in quite a blocky style because I wanted it to be really simple, and I thought this would just be so much easier to do digital. I find that word hard to say, digitally. So yeah, that's what I did. I did it digital. I ended up using the lasso tool just on Photoshop to draw the whole thing because I wanted it to look quite angular, and I was just like, why don't I just use this tool to do it all? And it was really fun to do actually, just kind of blocking in the shapes and then using the fill tool, the fill bucket, to just fill all the shapes in. And then for this background, I ended up just putting this big semicircle in because I couldn't really think of what to do for this background at first. So I had a lot of messing about and then just did this semicircle. I thought, oh, I like the shape, I'll keep that. And then just added some borders around the piece. Yeah, I really like this. I think it's a bit different, obviously, to my other stuff, but I had a lot of fun with it, and I like how simple and cute it is. And then I went onto Google and found a texture of just this wood, just a plank of wood on Google, and then I set it to, I think I put it on, I can't remember which setting I put it on, but I put it on some setting which made it, obviously, so you couldn't see the wood, but you could still see like the flakes of like little specks you can see, and it just gave it a little bit of a texture which I like. So yeah, that's that. This is back. I've been looking at it for quite a while, and this is just bugging me. I really don't like this diagonal line. So what I did was I took a picture of it and messed with it on Photoshop and just did this nice simple background, imagining it was like on against a tiled wall. I don't know what I was thinking when I did the diagonal line. I had a moment of madness. So yeah, let's fix that because it's just really bugging me. Okay, so I've painted over the back, and I think it's an improvement. Yeah, I prefer it a lot more than what it looked like before. I think this is now officially done. I'll stop messing around with it. It's getting late, so I think I shall head to bed pretty soon. I will probably work on my third and final still life thingamabob / life drawing that I have to do. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it's voiceovers back again, 3 times in one video. I know, you can't get rid of me. Anyway, Friday, I started off the morning, well, we had 2 lessons, online lessons on Friday, so I had them in the morning and afternoon, and I did a bit of drawing through them. I was drawing this, all the drawing that's already on the page right now is what I drew whilst the lessons were happening, and then I wanted to sit in bed because, you know, I wanted to stay comfy and warm and cozy. That's why I'm on the bed. It's not the best angle. I didn't realise how zoomed out it was. I thought maybe you get a bit of a better view of this, but apparently not. So sorry about the bad angle. This is just in my daily practice drawing book. I've kind of been neglecting it this week, so I did this big piece to make up for it, just of this big pattern, because we had a little prompt for this week where we had to fill all the white on a page, so that's what I did, and I think it's really nice actually. I loves it, I do. And finally, to finish off this video, I did my final figure drawing thing for the homework that I was supposed to do this week. Sorry I didn't film any of it because obviously I'm filming on my phone for the second half of this video, so I needed my phone to look at the picture as my reference photo to draw from, so I couldn't film. So yeah, you just got this little bit of me colouring in a shadow because I didn't need my phone to colour in the shadow. It took me a while to get the sketch drawn. If you look closely enough, you can just see all the rubbings out from previous sketches. It's nice and simple. So yeah, that's been my week. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'm sure I'll be back next week I might do a draw with me next week. Who knows? We'll see, I might change my mind. But yeah, I would like to get a video made for next week, and if I don't, because I'm busy, I'm sure it'll be out the week after, but I'm aiming to get a video made for next week. Yeah, thanks very much for watching if you've made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you guys soon.